Okay, we're gonna talk about layout for our quilt. This week is cutting, but since next week we'll start piecing, I'm gonna start talking about layout as well. So what I like to do when I'm planning my layout is put all the similar blocks in piles so that I can kind of rotate through them. I haven't planned my layout yet at all, and I actually haven't even made my corner blocks, which was not intentional, I just forgot. So I'm gonna wait until I have my layout and then I'll make them, and that's only because I don't know where the pieces are. They're in here somewhere. So hopefully as I work on this, after I work on this layout and I don't have blocks all over my cutting table, I'll find my corner stuff that I cut already. So I'm just putting them in piles so that I have like fabrics together. And I like to have the pattern right in front of me. So if you've got it on like a tablet or your computer or printed, have it handy. I've got my paper copy right here. So I have my layout just right in front of me so I don't. This does have like blocks are easily rotated the wrong way if you aren't paying attention, so try to make sure that doesn't happen. All right, some of these got a little wrinkled. I don't normally make blocks and then have them sit there for a little while, but today I did, so that's okay. They've survived. All right, so I don't have like a strategy for what to pick for the starting piece. I actually think I'm gonna turn it to the trimming diagram because I've made this pattern a few times. I find that to be a little bit more helpful when I'm doing my layout because I don't have to rotate, turn my pattern sideways. It works better for my brain. So what I'm gonna try to do though is keep like blocks far away from each other, keep dark blocks not touching. To some extent, I'm sure they will touch, but that's what I'm gonna try to do. So I'm gonna start my design wall, and I have to use a stool to reach the top at the beginning. So I'm gonna start in the center. And I know my design wall was slightly smaller than I would like it to be, so I'm going to, the top pieces kind of have to fold over the top. It's kind of annoying, but it works. Okay, see, it works. They stay up there pretty well. But the top ones are a little tricky. Okay. So I'm trying to get, like, I was looking at the first one, I noticed there wasn't a lot of green, so then I was like, I'll add some green. I'm gonna add some blue over here. I'm just paying attention to how the blocks are laid out. Obviously there's no sashing on here yet. See, I just fold it under the edge so that it all fits. I do have two design walls next to each other, but I have a baby quilt on the other one. I can take it down if I need to, but if I don't need to, I'm not going to. Okay, see if I can talk and do things at the same time. It's questionable. It's questionable. Okay. So I'm just trying to keep things mixed up a little. Use this one. This one's under my pattern. Just gonna keep making sure that I don't have things face the wrong direction. And I'll probably go back and rearrange some of this later. If I feel like I need to. Oh, I'm gonna switch this one. really loud. Okay, sorry. I had to shut the door on my husband because he's super loud. Okay, I realized I hadn't used this block yet, so I'm gonna switch this one. And I'm gonna add, I think I'm gonna do, yeah, I'll just do that and we'll just change my mind if I want to later. So notice that there's like, you know, they're in groups. Once you start paying attention to the groups, it's a little easier to plan your layout, I guess. Is that right? Yes. So you'd think that like mentally I would keep track of patterns. I don't. I'm really bad at remembering how patterns work if I haven't made it super recently. So if you email me and ask me a question about a pattern, I will have to do some research before I can respond because it's been a while. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna use this. And I'm gonna do now I'm putting some darks next to each other, but I'm gonna give it a try because I'm trying to keep all the different patterns away from each other. You know what? This would probably be better. I don't always just work one row at a time. I like to kind of make sure that sometimes I'll have a block that I really like the fabric combination, and without realizing it, I'll use all of them really quickly before I get to the edge of the quilt. So I try to kind of not be too, I don't know, with it. Okay, I'm gonna veto that decision. Move that here. I'm just gonna leave a hole there for the moment. It's very loud at my house today, so I apologize. like trying to keep everything perfectly lined up because I'm just gonna take them back down to piece them in a few minutes, so it's not really a point. Okay, now I'm gonna look and see how many. Oh, so I'm down to, oh, I have 2 of this one. I'm down to 1 of each block after I find a spot for this guy, which can go right here. So now that I just have 1 left, I'm gonna look at my layout. I'm gonna think 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need another one down there, which could be any of them. I think I'm gonna go with the Christmas light one. Okay, and then two, three, I need another one over here. So when I made my blocks, I didn't realize some of the times a print will have a really wide selvage, and it's just like regular fabric, but the selvage is visibly wider, and this is more than 1/4 of an inch, so if I sew it to something you'll be able to see it, and I didn't have enough fabric to go back and recut the fabric. So this actually happened on 2 blocks. You can see this on this red print it's the same. Notice I put the part that shows the selvage on the edge because it'll get trimmed off. So I need to find a spot for this one where this side will get trimmed off. So that's going to determine where I put this block, because I don't want that in my quilt, because it's most noticeable on the red, but it would be noticeable here too. So I'm going to try to make sure that that happens. And I need to kind of look at my pattern to see where I could put this one. So if I put it on the bottom, that will work. So it's going to need to go where that one is, I think. No, that's not right. I think it's going to need to go, see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I've got, somehow things are going the wrong way. Okay, I'm going to put this down here. That down there. Okay, so that part will get trimmed off. I'm going to put, I think I'm going to put this here. Ideally, like, because it's kind of touching that block, but it's okay. Because there'll be sashing there. I'd rather not have too many dark prints together. Okay, so I've got 2 more blocks and 2 more places to put them. So I'm gonna put this over here. And it just fell down. Oh, I need one down here too. Okay, so this one over here. Is that right? No, that's not right. This one here, stay. And this one here. Okay, so things are happening that are not good. Okay, so now I need to just go back and make my corner blocks, and then I'll be ready to start piecing the sashing. I'm gonna take a picture with my phone in black and white, and I'm gonna also just stand back and make sure that nothing looks visually weird. The black and white picture will help me make sure I have the value evenly distributed throughout the quilt. And then I'm also going to rearrange things so things will stop falling off my design wall because it got a little bunched over here. And then I'll be ready.